The Youth Empowerment Project has been around since 2004, and so we were founded then to do wraparound case management and mentoring services for justice-involved young people. So that was our origin, but we have grown and expanded to the place of offering community-based services to young people in 4 different areas.
We are currently located in Central City, which is a historical neighborhood in New Orleans. The population that we currently serve is mostly people of color. And currently, in the 20 years that YEP has been in existence, we now have our YEP mentoring program, our YEP enrichment program, our YEP educates, and our YEP works program. So we have expanded based on the needs of the community and based off the things that we notice were going on so that we can eliminate barriers to those things. So we started in this classroom that we're sitting in right now was all of our main offices. We also did programming in the back behind you. And now we are in several locations across the city. So the word is spread that we are a reputable organization. I think that the young people who have gone on to graduate and start their own families and do beautiful things have kept us alive in the community. So I'm really proud of the fact that we've been able to grow and touch more people.
Just the scope and the breadth of our impact, I've witnessed with my own eyes the growth and the change in that way. I think a lot about the intentionality and the focus that we bring. And so over the past 15 years, our work has grown to be more preventative, more community-based, trying to be just addressing the needs of young people a little more upstream. So instead of engaging with people when they need a second or a third chance, we're trying to engage with people when they're younger or before they've, kind of made a big mistake and ended up in the juvenile justice system, so that we can hopefully prevent those young people from going down that path. At the same time, still, so supporting young people that are on that path to help them get back to where they want to be.
So my team is a fun bunch, and you'll learn this about YEP, that it's very family-oriented. We have full families here at YEP. We have parents and daughters who have graduated with their GED together. We have people who have come back from incarceration as older adults or young adults, and now their siblings are in programming. So to be able to have that sort of an impact, I think is powerful. So our YEP enrichment programming started as younger kids and younger siblings of the participants in the mentoring program. So that is our after-school program that occurs, and they come in and they are able to join our drum line, they're able to join our dance team, they get an evening meal, they also get assistance with homework. So it's really a safe space. And then the bike shop and thrift store were developed out of our vocational training program, which is YEP Works. So they are paired in a group that works for about 6 to 8 weeks together. They get to come into the classroom, do some getting to know you activities, some enrichment, and then they get to go into either the bike shop or the thrift store. And we let them decide what kind of feels best. And then in the bike shop, it's so interesting. They get to learn how to put bikes together, repair bikes. And then when they graduate the program, they kind of get their option to pick a bike to take with them. Because we do realize that transportation is important to get to and from any sort of employment opportunity. They're really hands-on. They're supported by a manager that's in both locations. And then they're able to interact and engage with customers. And that can't be taught anywhere else. I mean, people come in off the street with all type of concerns, problems, but through that process, they're able to be supported with kind of dealing with multiple personalities, different types of scenarios that we couldn't create in a classroom.
In the program, we just don't service the youth. So there's a family needs assessment that we complete with the parent when we first meet with them, just to kind of find out what's the need of the entire family. So sometimes you don't have to just work with the youth. Sometimes there's a component that's connected to that youth that needs assistance in the home. And so in order for us to help that youth, sometimes we have to help that family. So getting the parents connected to that, that's a plus, because that also allows the parent to get the assistance they need, and whether it's mental health or anything to that nature. So once we get the parents involved, we do have a monthly parent session that we have. And we don't call it parent meeting or parent class anymore because we don't want the parents to think that we're trying to teach them how to raise their children. So parent support from parent to parent, just on how to, deal with some things or some solutions to some things that they can do as well.
One of the other things I did want to talk to you about was the fact that, he's been expressing having his moments. And I gave him the floor. But of course, he coming into his own.
Yeah.
So he don't always feel comfortable with opening up with me about everything. So
Right, and if he's uncomfortable with me, we have Mr. Jamal. I'll have him talk to Mr. Jamal, let Mr. Jamal know to, touch bases with him. Like I say, I'll see if he's
having the Yep family gave me a network and an outlet to kind of relate to other moms who were facing some of the same challenges that I was facing, because a lot of times I felt like I was in this thing alone. And having somebody who had, tricks and trades and maneuvers to help me navigate through those issues sometimes was just a great help for me myself.
I'm doing what I'm doing to support this program because I was once on the other side of this. So when I found Youth Empowerment Project, the doors opened. I was like, this is what I needed. This is where I needed to be. And I could see the fruits of my labor. I can see where families are coming back and saying, hey, because you intervened, because you did this, now I'm able to go and find employment, or now I'm able to get my child on the right track. And the OAYI funding is imperative to the success of our programming. I think that it came at an important time in programming because we were shifting from some additional funding that was running out with a huge need that was still out there. So we still had parents and young people who were like, we need this programming, this has helped this person, and we had a runaway train, so to speak. Referrals were coming left and right, and we were trying to seek assistance for how to keep that going. So the ability to have that come along allows us to keep the integrity of our programming. It allows us to keep the promises that we kind of put out into the community. And it also gave us kind of a grace period to secure additional funding in the meantime to continue to do the work. What you'll see when you start to dig a little bit in YEP is that the majority of our population that works here has been here at least 5 to 10 years or longer. We are all invested in the work that we do, and people stay here. And it's really interesting because I've had young people who graduated, finished, completed 9 years ago. And they still call me to this day. Ms. Shabri, can you come help me? Ms. Shabri, I need this. Or I get a phone call, Ms. Shabri, are you still at YEP? It's like, I'm here. And they know that we're here, and it's a safe space for them to say, I know that at one point I got what I needed. I know that they created a safe space for me, and I always feel comfortable coming back to this space. And ultimately, that's the goal. The goal is whether I'm here or not, they understand that YEP has been here and will be here to support their needs.